This is the Toyota CHR, which if you squint hard enough, it kind of looks like a stylish bicycle helmet. And to the eco-warriors out there, you'll be glad to know it's a hybrid. So then, let's see what it has to offer. For this car review, join us in beautiful Italy, or Italia molto bella. So, what's the car like in a place like this? So then, in town, the Toyota CHR is pretty good. The steering's very light, so it's perfect for the small and tight bends that you have to go through in the town, especially here in Italy. So the visibility is, well, it's good compared to having a bag over your head or being blind. There is good visibility at the front, because obviously you've got these windows here. At the back, it's not very good at all. And that's due to the pillars at the rear. Oh, what is this man doing? What are you doing? Don't pull out. Another thing in Italy to bear in mind, if you come to a roundabout, it doesn't mean it's a roundabout, it just means it's a free-for-all, as you can see. So whatever you do when you're in Italy, just drive, doesn't matter. I am doing, oh, Jesus Christ. You almost hit into me. This is, oh, there's a bike. This is stressful. Children in the way. Now this car does have the Toyota's safety sense set up, which means that if there is a pedestrian or a motorbike in front of me, then it will brake on its own. Where am I going here? This is a bit confusing. Right. Yep, sorry. I'm going to pull out on you. Sorry about that. Now, if you are part of the Italian mafia, then I'm not necessarily recommending this car for town driving, because it's slightly bigger than, one of those, or the Fiat behind me, for example. Having said that, though, it is not too bad, as I've just sort of discussed. So, if the mafia are on a budget and you can put it into EV mode, there we go, which basically makes the car electric, because obviously it's a hybrid, and that's perfect for if you want to try and save fuel. So then, this car isn't too bad in town, but I'm not really sure on the design of it. It's a bit too much for a crossover. However, it is a bit more interesting than the older Toyota cars, but it does look much better than the rival, the Nissan Juke. So the power comes from a 1.8 VVTi or a 2-litre VVTi hybrid system, the former producing 120 horsepower and the latter 180 horsepower. Both models come in front-wheel drive and will average around 55 miles to the gallon, which is pretty good for a petrol car. So here in the interior, you can see it's very angular. There's lots of smooth edges in the interior, and there's lots of like diamond themes as well. There's diamond here, there's diamond here, and there's diamond here, and there's diamond here. Of course, the car has quite a few standard features, actually. It's got air conditioning, heated seats. It's got a touchscreen display here, which is a bit slow sometimes, but it's got like sat-nav, obviously. You can see they're in the middle of nowhere. There's a map, there's different... It's all in Italian, so I don't know half the things on here, but there's applicazioni, which is nothing, apparently. And obviously we've got audio, so you can Bluetooth your phone, you can do radio, and pretty much it on here. Of course, there's things on the steering wheel here with, different modes you can bring up on the display there. And yeah, it's pretty nice to sit in. The seats are quite comfy, you do sit quite nice back here. It's quite far position. And this one does come in an automatic, but you can get manual versions, of course. So we move on to the rear seat. As you can see, there's got this hideous, stupid door handle. Like, you have to think about a different way to open it. Honestly, what a pointless thing that is. But if we move on to the rear, we can see that it's actually pretty tight, for a crossover at least. I mean, the seats are, pretty average. Legroom's pretty average. But I think if you are quite tall, you're going to struggle to get in, because I'm already pretty much where the roof is, and I'm only like 5'1". So yeah, and there's not really much storage here either. There's literally this pointless bit here, which again is a diamond, and then there's got a cup holder there and that side too, and that's it. There's not even a thing to put down in the middle. What a stupid thing. So when it comes to boot space, the Toyota isn't too bad in this aspect. As you can see, it's pretty good overall. It's roughly the same sort of size as a Golf or an average hatchback. And as you can see, it's very flat as well for your many appliances that you might need. And also the seats go down as well, so even more room. So this car overall has lots of consumer needs. With a lower insurance and high safety rating, it really is the perfect family car.
But is it any good when you leave the city?
So of course, this is a crossover which has some off-road pedigree, and we're here to test that out. Of course it is front-wheel drive, so let's see how well it does on the bumpy roads of somewhere in Italy. There is lots of big boulders over there, which I have to figure out how to get over. Yeah, look at that. That's a big pothole there, isn't it? Of course, this is the average council estate driveway, which this could be, well, quite a good test for. Look at that, it's done pretty well there. Of course, the suspension is relatively soft in terms of crossovers go. Right, it gets a bit tricky here, look at this. Yeah, it's nice. Ooh. You can literally hear all the rocks coming underneath the car. Ooh. I think we are through. Look at that view, look at that. Perfect location. So then, here we are on the country roads, and obviously it's a lot different than being stuck in traffic. The car feels obviously like it can do more things. The handling overall is obviously quite light, as I mentioned, in town, but there's still that light feel on the country roads too. The steering wheel actually itself feels quite sporty as well. It's got grooves in it under the sort of where you put your hands, and it's, you know, it feels good to hold. It's perfect for what I'm doing right now, which is going around chicanes and hairpin bends. I have to be honest, it is quite fun around here. It does stick to the road quite well. It's not much body roll, even though the suspension is relatively soft. So I think the experience overall is not too bad.
Overall then, this Toyota CHR is very good for safety and reliability. But for me, it does feel a little boring. However, you can ensure good economy with the hybrid systems and easy manoeuvrability in town.
So then, and that is the Toyota CHR review. We are in Italy, of course, and if you did enjoy this review and want to see more Italian reviews, then make sure you subscribe and follow us on all social medias.